to recognize our veterans and military families here tonight. We have two of our young men.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to another exciting edition of High School Sports here on your High School Sports Leader Oregon Sports Beat. Tonight, from Hillsborough Stadium, we got a boys lacrosse match for you. Central Catholic Rams,
showing up in your uniforms and supporting the varsity team.
Central Catholic Rams and the Glencoe Crimson Tide. Hi everybody, I'm Dave Hall. I'll be doing the play-by-play tonight. Working with me, my broadcast partner, Scott Henderson. Scott?
Good evening, good evening. It's fun to be here. I'm hoping you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we're working on some equipment. We're doing fine. Yeah, we're doing fine.
Okay.
All right, we got we got about a minute before the start of the game tonight. And why don't you run down the starting lineups for us for both teams?
All right. Well, for the Rams, we'll start with the Rams since they are the away team tonight. At defense, number 1, Cesar Rojas. At defense, number 17, Joseph Henderson. And number 18, starting at defense, is Kai Henderson. At attack is going to be number 2, Jonathan Gritzmacher. And Aiden Skokin, number 7, will be at the attack as well. And then we've got number 15, Elliot De Francisco Evans. He'll be on attack. At our face-off will be Ryan Oriuchi. He'll normally be facing off for you. And then we've got Tony Moran, LSM, and Eric Pence, number 5, starting at midi for the Rams.
All right, run down the Glencoe starters for us as we both teams are out on the field right now. We're getting ready for the face-off, so we'll have 4 12-minute quarters in this game, 48 minutes in length. We'll recap you every time. So go ahead with Glencoe starters.
All right, we at defense for Glencoe, we've got number 17, Hunter Kennan, number 19, Ryan Hall, number 21, Jacob Henniger. They'll be starting on defense for the Tide. At attack, they're going to have Thomas Tackle. He's a sophomore, number 2. Number 3 is going to be Brennan Hay at attack. He's a junior. And then we've also got number 9, Dylan Brower. He's a junior, starting in attack for the Tide. At midfield, we've got number 5, Drew Mesmer, number 7, Hunter Bowman, and number 12, Carson Wilson. He should be starting off for midfield for them.
Just to update you, I talked with Coach Kyle Kozman of the Glencoe Crimson Tide, and he reminded me that number 2 is Thomas Tackley.
Tackley, okay.
Thomas Tackley. All right, we're underway here at Hillsborough Stadium, the Glencoe Crimson Tide, Central Catholic Rams. Thanks for joining us. Glencoe's 6-4 on the season. They are the home team here, dressed in white.
Oh, that was a nice knockdown by Eric. Eric got that knockdown on defense.
The Central Catholic varsity squad is coached this year by Josh Peck. And our varsity program here at Glencoe Tide, the second year coaching for us, Kyle.
Rams moving from left to right, dressed in their away uniforms, cardinal gold. Glencoe Crimson Tide in their home white uniforms. They're moving from our right to our left. Their goalie is number 1, Alex Aki.
It looks like we've got Dylan Gabriel in the goal for us starting there. I wasn't sure who was going to be in goal. We do have 2 of them there that have been playing goalie for the Rams.
Just to update you on the scoreboard, you can see the teams up there. There's 11:06 left to go here in the first quarter. Nothing our score, but you can see on the scoreboard it's the TOL for each team. It's timeouts left. That each team starts with 2. Then there's a section there for shots. That's shots on goal and saves for each team. So you can be able to keep track of those things as we go along.
Yeah, the Rams are going to be missing one of their attackmen. They played this last weekend over in Bend, and one of our attackmen, Ronan Dooney, ended up having a possible concussion, so he's going to be out making sure he takes care of himself over the next little while.
All right, there was a shot on goal by the Rams. Tied with the ball now.
Brennan Hay establishes a clear.
Tied inside. There's a shot.
Shot from the right crease by Brennan. Goalie save.
Nice pass back to the goalie by Caesar.
Rams come forward. Cross midfield. Eric Cortez. Keep your eye on him. Rams with the ball though now. Out in front. There's a shot.
Right alley, number 5. Eric Pence.
Eric Pence got the shot there with Bobby Burgess got the assist on that one.
Okay.
Both two great seniors there.
That goal puts the Rams ahead 1-0. That coming at 9:34 the first quarter, and the goal by Eric Pence.
Ryan Horiuchi coming in for the Rams.
Looks like we've got Ryan Oriuchi and Carson Wilson doing the face-off again. Should have a lot of ground balls coming out of these.
Carson Wilson, who does the face-offs for Glencoe, is a freshman. A lot of responsibility for a young player. All right, Crimson Tide with the ball.
Oh, and he just threw it out of bounds.
And they tried to throw the ball back to a defenseman and threw it over his head. Ball goes past the end line. Rams will inbound.
Rams getting the ball at the ice.
Yeah, like I said, they just came back from Bend over this last weekend, and they got to play Bend varsity team, and they also played Sunset as well. Our former coach Justin Blackmore from a few years ago is coaching that Sunset team now. We got to play them. It was a one goal difference game. It was good. It was a good fun game for them. They played tough and played strong.
Rams still with the ball. Back to midfield. Going to set something up.
Marcus up really high there. Struggling a little bit with some of those passes, but those ground balls we keep getting, so that's a helpful thing.
Each team with one save here. 3 shots for the Rams, 1 for the Crimson Tide. Of course, one of those shots a goal by Eric Pence. 1-0 our score, 8:16 left to go, first quarter. Rams out in front.
Left alley shot. Number 5, Eric Pence. Right left. Second attempt coming for
So
the
when
Rams.
they shoot the ball and it goes out the end line, the team closest to the ball going out of the end line gets it back, so there's not necessarily a turnover when it goes out of bounds. That's why you want to always have an offensive player on the backside of that for some high shots. Bobby Burgess working there.
Shot by 23. Bobby Burgess.
Burgess with a shot.
Third attempt coming for the Rams.
So shots on goal now, 5-1 in favor of the Rams.
Getting our play set up, and we'll probably get a nice running jump at him.
Great facility here, Scott, don't you think?
It is, it is. I've seen many a football game here. This is Central Catholic's home field for football during the season.
At times it's been the home field for the Portland State Vikings football team too.
Oh, they've got a fast break.
Try to get the shot off on the side. They do, and there's a goal.
Looked like number 2 for them, number Thomas Tackley, the sophomore attackman.
All right, that ties the score up. Number 2, Thomas Tackley on the goal. That goal coming at 6:48 left in the first quarter. 1-1 our score. Great job on the rush down the right side that time and dishing off out in front for the goal for Tackley.
Yeah, that was a good fast break for them. They executed that well, got some good passes.
In many respects, the fast break in lacrosse looks like a fast break in basketball or a fast break in hockey.
Definitely. A lot of similarities between basketball and lacrosse. Tony Moran got that ground ball. A lot of times ground balls do win the games for
and there's a shot and a score right away.
And that was number 15 for us. No, 15, Elliott, attackman. He's a sophomore for us. He's been very, very good at finding the back of the net.
That goal coming 10 seconds after the previous goal. And that was scored, you said, by
Elliott, number 15. He's our sophomore attackman.
Elliott, I didn't get to see the is that his first name or last name?
Yeah, Elliott's his first name. Dave Francesco.
Okay.
Sorry, I haven't had to say that name out loud a lot. You see it on paper a lot. No, he's been a great addition to the team this year.
Okay, Elliott Di Francesco with the goal. That coming 10 seconds after the Thomas Tackley goal. 2-1 now. Rams lead.
It looks like we get the ball again, and that assist was probably from Tony Moran on that last goal. Tony's been very good at getting the ground balls for us.
What was the call there on that face-off? I noticed that both players went down, and there was a whistle, and then the referee awarded the ball to the Rams.
It looked like the Glencoe guy laid on the ball, and I don't think you can do that.
Okay.
At least that was my impression of it.
All right.
Looks like Ryan's going out. Marcus Mildenberger's coming back in. They're getting a quick subs. We've got a pretty light bench compared to Glencoe. When you look over at the numbers, they've got about 15 extra sitting on there. We've got about 8 or 9.
Yeah, you can see a stark contrast when you look at the benches. Glencoe bench about twice the size of the Ram bench. Rams out on top.
And Bobby Burgess has got the ball. He's been a good senior, a good dominant person for us. Now Marcus has got it. Been a little sloppy with some of our passes.
All right, ball loose on the ground. Rams able to pick it up.
Oh, nice pass, nice find.
In front.
Oh, almost. Nice shot, though.
Nice save by the goaltender that time on a bounce right in front of him.
Now they've got 20 seconds to get that ball across half field.
That was a save by Alex Aki, the goaltender for Glencoe. Tied with the ball, pass it behind. Much like hockey, you can work from the back of the net, and most teams often do that.
He's got a nice shot. Yeah, that was a little too open there. It looks like number 14 for them, Jake Howell, senior.
All right, a goal by number 14, Jake Howell. Ties this game up, 2-2 with 4:47 left to go here in the first. Well-played game, each team with 2 scores. Shots on goal, though, right now, 7 for the Rams, 3 for the Tide.
Horiuchi and Wilson again on the face-off.
Face-off. Players are set. I mentioned earlier, Wilson for Glencoe is a freshman.
And he's facing up against our senior, Ryan Horiuchi. He's got a nice low center of gravity. Looks like the freshman comes up with it, though.
Nice pressure defense by the Rams. Up the left side.
Good job, Caesar.
Clear established by the Tide.
Caesar's been a very good defenseman for us. And he got laid out by Joseph Henderson there. Joe brought the power in. Said, you ain't coming in here.
Ground ball by Caesar Rojas.
Looks like Joe Henderson gets that ground ball, gets it back. Somebody open in the middle.
Ball loose. There's a fight for it inside, and it looks like the Tides come up with it. They have. Working down the right side, moving in. And there's a pass in front.
Kai Henderson with the ball.
Work through midfield. And there's a flag.
Now until the ball touches the ground, Oh, 2 flags. Once the ball touches the ground, then they have to blow the whistles and the play's dead, but they have a chance to get a shot on goal.
Much like in hockey where the offensive team can keep the ball until the other team touches it. Possession doesn't change till then. There's actually, the referee goes over and picks up the flag.
Yep, it looks like number 9, Dylan.
Dylan Brower, the leading scorer on Glencoe.
So we're going to be 2 men up. It looks like they've got 2 guys in the box because of the flags there.
And,
or maybe just 1. Nope, they do have 2.
A 30-second offside penalty and a 1-minute slash penalty.
Okay.
Nope,
offside penalty and a 1-minute slashing penalty. That means the player has to go into the penalty area for 1 minute. Central Catholic will be up 1 player for 1 minute.
Yeah, they're up 2 right now, so they got to play a kind of a modified zone. Glencoe does to.
Rams get it in front. Nope, it's off to the side, but back out in front. There's a shot.
There's a score.
And there's a score.
Eric Pence again. It looks like that came from trying to catch the number there. Number 15 for us. Elliott had the assist on that to Eric Pence, so 3-2.
So that goal coming at 3:18 in the first quarter. We've had 5 goals here already in the first quarter. 3:18 left to go. 3-2 Rams lead over the Crimson Tide.
So now those guys in the penalty box do get to come out. So it'll be even.
Both teams at full strength. It took the Rams 12 seconds to score on that power play.
Ground ball, come on Ryan, you can pick that up.
Ball loose is going to be picked up by the Tide. The Tide moved forward.
Jake Howell.
Howell with a fire shot.
Oh, that hit the goalie right in the hand. He's shaking that off. Dylan with the save there.
He wound up that time and fired that ball in on the goalie. I didn't see it hit him on the hand, but he's shaking his hand for a minute there. Out in front, there's a shot blocked.
Looks like that one probably hit the pole there as well.
.249 left to go in the first quarter. 3-2 Rams lead. 2 goals for Eric Pence already. Tied with the ball. There's a shot hit the side of the net.
Just missing the pole.
Red ball. Probably a loose ball push.
Here come the Rams forward.
Oh, high hit.
High hit, you're right.
Hit him right in the head. There's 2 flags on that. Oh, he's offsides too, but they didn't see that one.
Rams still with the ball. Throw it behind the net. Have a two flags on the ground.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
There's a shot over the top of the net.
Shot from the center crease. Number 18.
All right, let's see what we got going on here. They're consulting there in the middle of the field to see what they need to do with the 2 flags that are down.
One is down right about midfield. The other is down about 5 yards past midfield.
We'll see what he gives. Oh, unreleasable penalty. That means it doesn't matter. He's having to serve the whole penalty. He doesn't get to come out if they score a goal.
So that means they'll serve all that time in the penalty box, even if there is 1, 2, or however many goals scored during the time.
Yep, this happened to us against Sherwood. We had an unreleasable penalty, and Sherwood was able to score a few goals on us during that time. So this could be a good time to stretch that lead out.
Well, the first flag, that was a monumental collision.
Oh, yeah.
A high hit. So
and
Rams.
The faster we move that ball around, the more that defense has to move because they're in a zone.
It's a total of 2 minutes non-releasable for the Tide.
So it's a 2 minute. I just heard the announcer say 2 minute on the on the penalty.
Exactly, 2-minute unreleasable. So that'll go through the rest of this quarter. 3-2 Rams lead.
Oh, nice spin.
Shot by number 12.
Marcus Mildenberger with the shot there.
Right. The Rams with another attempt.
Rams behind the net. Send it out front. And now over the top, around the top.
Oh, a shot and a score. Nice. Eric Pence was his third goal tonight.
Eric Pence, his third goal tonight.
That coming at 1:02 left to go here in the first quarter.
And I think that was Marcus Mildenberger with the assist on that. So 4-2 now.
Pence already with a hat trick here in the first quarter.
First quarter, minute 2 left to go. Yeah, the first few games of the season, the Rams have had a few too many penalties for us, and that's really what's put us behind in a few of the games. But this one, we haven't had penalties yet.
Rams lead in shots on goal, 11-6. First 2-goal lead of the game.
20.
Face off by Drew Mesmer.
Tied down the right wing. Nice move that time. Spin around and down.
Looks like I spoke a little too soon. That's Joseph Henderson with the trip.
Henderson headed to the penalty box.
A 1 minute tripping.
1 minute for tripping. 39 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
But what's kind of interesting about it is it's all even. So they are able to still play man, because each team has a person in the penalty box.
Tied with the ball. 25 seconds left in the quarter. Send it back behind the net, looking for somebody out front. They don't have anybody out front.
We got 10 seconds left. Actually, 5 seconds now.
Rams.
And they're going to hold on to the ball.
And they do.
The first quarter, Rams 4, Glencoe tied 2.
That is the end of the first quarter.
So I'd like to take
Our
a moment
score
and
at the end of the
recognize
first
our
quarter,
sponsors this evening of the
Central
Glencoe
Catholic
Lacrosse
4,
program.
Glencoe 2. Let's recap the scoring quickly. The Rams got on the board first, 9:34 left to go in the quarter. A goal by Eric Pence. That was followed up at 6:48 with a goal by Thomas Tackley for the tie. That made it 1-1. Rams came back 6:38 or 10 seconds later with Elliot DiFrancesco with a goal, his first of the game, 2-1 Rams at that time. Next goal of the game came from the Crimson Tide. That at 4:47 left to go in the quarter. Jake Howell with a goal that made it 2-2, and then 2 more goals by the Rams, one at 3:18, one at 1:02. Both of those scored by Eric Pence. He had 3 goals in the first quarter, and our score at the end of the first quarter, 4-2 Rams. Rams outshot Glencoe 11-6. 2 saves for the Rams, 3 saves for the Crimson Tide. Well played first quarter.
It has. It's the unreleasable penalty, getting a 1 goal, and then they also had another man down where the Rams were able to capitalize on that and get another goal. Well, penalties playing a big part of this game right now. And then the Rams with their 1 penalty, but had the Glencoe with a guy in the box as well, so it was playing 5-on-5 out there.
Dave Hall along with Scott Henderson. Scott, you've seen the Rams play all season long. How do they look tonight?
You know, they're pretty much penalty-free. They're playing disciplined. They're not playing emotional. They're moving the ball pretty well. And, you know, this is about mid-seasons when Josh Peck gets them going, getting them ready for the middle of the season, the start of their season for them.
What can the Tide do different to get back in this game?
Stop having penalties. You know, having the double penalties, the unreleasable penalty, No, those are going to kill you when you're having to play man down constantly.
And the Rams took advantage of that. At one time, they scored a goal 12 seconds into a penalty.
Yes.
All right, the teams changed sides.
And we still look like we've got Dylan in the goal. Dylan Gabriel's in the goal for us. He's doing a very good job, only allowing 2 goals to be scored.
2 goals on 6 shots. Gabriel in goal for the Rams. Alex Aki in goal for the Crimson Tide. Again, the teams change sides every quarter. So now the Rams will be moving from our right to our left.
And he wasn't able to pop it out, so the Glencoe Tide get the ball. Oh, good tenacious D by Caesar there. Knocked it out, even got his stick out. Nice job, Caesar.
Oh.
Unfortunate loose ball push. Glencoe gets to keep the ball.
This is not a game for the faint at heart.
It's a contact sport. Now, like I said, we've got Ronan Dooney, one of our best attackmen, is having to sit this one out due to a concussion that he had in the game in Bend. Number 3, Brennan Hay scores that goal.
All right, that's a goal for the Crimson Tide.
Brennan's first goal tonight.
And that's scored by number 3, Brennan Hay.
Looks like Joseph Henderson's coming back in for number 20, Nicholas Loeffler.
That goal coming with 11:22 left to go here in the first half. One time Vince Lombardi, they were talking about football, and he said football is not a contact sport. Football is a collision sport. Lacrosse is a collision sport, that's for sure.
It can be, it can be.
Brennan Hay with that goal, 6'2", a junior, his first goal of the game, 4-3 our score.
Looks like we've got all our starters on defense out there. We've got all of our starters on the midfield. And same thing with for the Rams on attack.
Lacrosse team made up of attackers, midfielders, and defenders, and a goalie.
Yep, and the midfielders are the ones that get to run the whole field the whole time. Attackmen get to only stay on their side of the field from the 50 under, and the defensemen stay on their side.
And there's a required number that you always have in those positions.
Ryan gets the face-off.
Inside, there's a shot, goes back behind, goes past the end line. It'll be Rams ball.
Gritzmacher's got it there. Eric Pence, I'd be make sure I got somebody on him if I was Glencoe.
Exactly.
Nice shot. That was Bobby Burgess.
Goal by number 23, Bobby Burgess, his first goal this evening.
Burgess with his first goal of the game. That coming at 10:58. So that coming 24 seconds after the last goal.
And that's what happens when you're man down. They've still got that penalty out there for Glencoe. He's still sitting in the box out there, in the penalty box. So the difference in the game, really, I think we've gotten, the Rams have gotten 3 scores with man down. And I think they had 1 score with us having a man down. Glencoe scored once.
5-3, 10:58 left to go in the half. Rams lead. It was 4-2 at the end of 1. There's the face-off. And Glencoe comes up with the ball. Number 5, that's Drew Mesmer.
And they're getting their matchups. Kai Henderson made him stop and made him rethink and send that back out. Nicholas Loeffler is out there guarding that one. They've got a nice rotation going for their defense right now. They're still a man down, so they can actually double the ball. Joe poking at the stick. Nice ride, runs into a wall there. Eric Pence bringing the check, bringing another check. And they're almost going to be even here shortly, so they're just trying to run out the clock. Oh, nice.
Nice. There's a goal and a whistle.
Yeah, Kai Henderson ended up catching him after he let it go.
That goal was by number 2, Thomas Tackler.
That's his second one of the night.
So Tackler with his second goal of the night. And that coming at 9:51 left.
So
5-4.
Looks like we've got Joseph Henderson, Nicholas Loeffler, and Cesar Rojas on defense. Kai's ended up having to be in the penalty box after a late hit.
Unfortunate circumstances to draw a penalty on a goal.
Unfortunate. Yeah, they could end up tying this up if they get the face-off.
Exactly.
And actually, they do get the free clear here, so they start with the ball because of the penalty in the score.
So Tide will start with the ball. They trail by 1, 5-4.
Unnecessary roughness on the Rams, 1 minute penalty.
The call, unnecessary roughness.
At 8:45, they'll be able to get back out there. Like I said, penalties are definitely one of those things you don't want to have put you in a man-down situation. Outside, shot outside.
Shot, and it hit the outside of the net. Rams come up with it.
We've only got 20 seconds. Oh, no. He dropped the ball.
And the Tide gets it back.
Oh. Six on 5 still. Another 15, 20 seconds they have till we're even again. It looks like it's pretty windy out there.
The roar you hear in the background, that's the wind. Our cameraman and engineer and producer, Ryan Johnson, out with the cameras and getting a good job of picking up that wind, Ryan. All right, we're about 5 seconds away from that penalty expiring.
Okay, they're even now. They're even.
All right. Team's even, but Tied with possession of the ball. Tied in front.
Shot by number 3, Brennan Haig, goalie save.
There was a shot on goal and a save.
Ground ball by Drew Mesmer.
Tied back and forth, looking for some help. Good job checking on the defense by the Rams.
Oh,
there's a shot.
Shot by number
nice save,
5,
Dylan.
Mesmer, goalie saved by Gabrielle. Rams are in
Nice
transition.
save by Dylan Gabrielle, the goalie for the Rams that time on a hard shot right in front.
Timeout, I believe.
And I believe they're pointing at Glencoe. I believe the timeout is Glencoe's.
No, that would have been a Ram timeout. Rams had the ball. And he called a timeout. He got himself into a little bit of trouble there and had a nice timeout for the Rams. You get a couple timeouts per half.
Each team had 2, so the timeout on the Rams, that'll be their first, and it'll leave them with 1 timeout. Our score, 5-4. Rams lead. 7:47 left to go here in the first half. Shots on goal, 13 for the Rams, 10 for the Crimson Tide.
To play lacrosse. There's different ways to contribute to this fund, and Greg, his father, is here this evening. That will be giving us some information on that. During that time, we would like to recognize the youth program that benefits from these types of contributions. These funds are used to help the youth get in through the entry barrier cost of buying sticks and pads and helmets to get started in lacrosse. So at halftime, if we could get our youth to go down between the 2 Coke bottles in the stands, I'm not going to go on the field.
Maybe down just a little bit.
Stay a little dry tonight.
All right.
Going to talk a little bit with the youth.
Yeah.
There, and we'll
Update you on where we are. We were working on some technical things. 7:47 left to go here in the first half. Central Catholic 5, Glencoe 4. Shots on goal. Rams lead 13-10. Saves 4 for the Rams, 3 for the Crimson Tide. 3 goals in the game for Eric Pence for the Rams. 2 goals in the game for Thomas Tackley for the Crimson Tide. We were in a Rams timeout. The timeout is over. The team's back out on the field.
So they do get another 20 seconds to get it across half midfield. And then another 10 to get it in the box. Looks like Bobby Burgess has got the ball.
Here come the Rams forward.
Oh, Marcus is wide open. But good defense.
Had an open lane that time, but the Tide got back.
One more timeout, so we've taken our second timeout at 7:31 in the second quarter.
All right, why would the teams take a second timeout so quickly? What did somebody see something?
Yeah, he probably saw something that he needed to get, or didn't have the right personnel on the field, that he wanted to get some different people out on the field and get better matchups.
All right, now I look up at the scoreboard, and both of those timeouts charged to the Rams, so Rams are out of timeouts now.
They're out of timeouts for the first half. They'll get 2 more in the second.
Thanks for joining us tonight here at Hillsborough Stadium. A matchup between the Central Catholic Rams, the Glencoe Crimson Tide. Right now, Rams lead this one 5-4. 7:31 left to go here in the first half.
So Ryan Oriucci is going to be attending University of Oregon. He's going to be playing lacrosse and studying sports and business there, and he's been our face-off guy. Very low center of gravity. Does a pretty good job there at face-off for the Rams.
That's what you're looking for in a face-off guy, is somebody who can get down low and kind of, impose his way down low with getting the ball.
Definitely. And he's been getting a little, I would say, a little over 50% of the face-offs today. So that's been real good for Ryan.
The ball, the top right box.
All right, 7:20 left to go in the first quarter. Or second quarter, sorry. Eric Pence with a shot and score. Wow, somebody should guard him. If you're Glencoe.
There's a reason why they're called defensemen, right?
Nice shot, Eric.
Pence's 4th goal of the game. He has 4 of the 6 Ram goals. That coming at 7:18.
Eric Pence, with his 4th goal, he's actually going to be going to MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He's actually going to be playing lacrosse and studying electrical engineering.
Of all those things you just said about him, the most impressive is he got into MIT.
He got into MIT, and he's going to be playing lacrosse for him.
Wow.
He ended up missing a game last year because he wanted to study for a final he had the next day. So his GPA is through the roof. I mean, he's amazing at studying.
Great kid.
Face off to Wilson.
Okay, Wilson got that face off. The freshman gets the ball forward to the Tide. 6-4 our score. Rams lead by 2.
Looks like
we have a timeout called by the Crimson Tide, their first timeout this half.
Crimson Tide called timeout, but I wasn't sure they had the ball.
Well, they did call timeout, and that's 3 timeouts in just this minute, in this last minute.
3 timeouts. I mean, you got yourself a close game. You don't want to let it get out of hand either way. So both coaches making sure they got the right personnel out on the field and taking care of the ball.
We've now had 10 goals in this game here in the first half. 6-4, Rams lead by 2. We've got some fans who are pretty worked up in the game here. You can hear them beating on the railing. I feel bad for our poor cameraman, Ryan Johnson, out there in the cold. We're here in the booth.
As he nods. Looks like we're getting ready for play again.
Nice crowd here tonight at Hillsborough Stadium.
Great view from the box up here, being able to watch that traffic that I'm not in.
All right, Tide moved forward with the ball, trailing by 2.
You want to make sure you, as a defense, you're poking at it. Looks like they got a ball down. Like I said earlier, ground balls are game winners. You want to come up with more ground balls than the other. They actually do keep that as a stat.
Nice job defensively by the Rams to push the player off of the path into the goal.
Goal saved by Gabriel.
They do keep ground balls in the book, and I would imagine usually the team with more ground balls and more ground ball wins usually ends up ahead at the end of the game.
Tide still with the ball. 6:37 left to go in the first half.
Good job, Kai. Kai and Joe working on it. The Henderson wall there. And there's a penalty.
Hendersons are brothers. What years are they?
Nope, they're not brothers. They're no relation.
No relation at all?
No relation. They're both the same grade. They're both juniors. But we have been calling it the Henderson wall back there, trying to make sure the other team doesn't score. Looks like Glencoe did call their final timeout.
Well, we got a second here. I want to ask you a question. We've been talking about this. If you look out there, some of the players have short sticks, some of them have long sticks. What's the difference on that?
Your defenseman you want to have, you've got the longer stick. It gives you a better reach. You can use the pole to help defend the player, allow them not to go where they want to go. And depending on if they're right-handed or left-handed, also helps with passing over the top. If they're behind the net and they're passing, you got a little extra reach. And then we do have an LSM. Tony Moran for the Rams is an LSM, and he's able to be a midi with a long pole, so he gets to play defense as well.
Only one of those? You can only have one midfielder with a long pole?
I believe so. I'm actually not 100% on that, but I think in high school you only get to have one extra, so you can have 4 poles out on the field at once.
Any other players on the Rams got potential scholarship offers to play lacrosse?
Yeah, I think there's Caesar is going to be playing at Notre Dame de la Mure. He'll be playing lacrosse there and studying business as well. I know Nick Loeffler, he's not going to be playing lacrosse. He's looking to go into Central Oregon. And I think there were some other people looking for options as well. I know Joseph Henderson has been doing some looking at some schools in the East Coast. We'll see if what he gets. He's a 6'4", 200-pound junior.
Traditionally, the powers in lacrosse have been East Coast teams.
Cortez goal saved by Gabriel.
All right, picked up by the Rams.
Tony's going to hopefully get that. He's kicking it. Tony got knocked down there. Surprised they didn't get a loose ball push on that, did Glencoe.
The result, the Tide come up with the ball.
And they're still a man up.
5:40 left to go in the half.
Glencoe's a man up. Rams are a man down.
And the Rams are 2 up in goals, 6-4.
Oh, a bad pass, not good.
Tide managed to save it at midfield.
Looks like they're going to be even. Eric Pence goes in.
And out of bounds. Substitution coming into the game for the Tide.
Well, they weren't able to score on that man up, so that's a good thing for the Rams. That's one of the first times they have not been able to score.
Into the game for the Crimson Tide, number 14, that's Jake Howell. And Jake has a goal in the game.
That was a good slide by Tony Moran on that defense.
Tide with the ball in the front, now send it back out on top. That's Howell with the ball.
And Oriuchi playing great D. Making him get rid of that. Eric Pence with the ball.
Pence got some speed. Works his way up the left wing, now turns around.
Gets a touch in the box. So now they're able to run their offense. They do have to stay on their side of the field. Oh, a little sloppy on the pass, though.
Tide come back. There's a collision. There's a ball loose and out of bounds.
The last touch by the Tide. Possession will be given to the Rams.
Rams will have the ball. 4:03 left to go here in first half. Still 6-4. After having goals pretty quickly, we haven't had a goal now for 3 minutes.
Looks like we're getting a sub on the defensive side. Joseph Henderson's coming in for Tony Moran.
Here come the Rams, move inside. Ball loose, picked up by the Tide.
Burgess.
Oh, and knocked it loose. Nice job defensively by the Rams.
Ball by Mesner. Good clear.
Tide tried to put a low shot past the goalie.
Wide left.
So you were asking me as on somebody playing college lacrosse. Aiden Skokin's going to be going to Chatham University.
Oh.
He'll be playing lacrosse and business as well, and studying business. He won't be playing business, he'll be studying business.
Lots of future lacrosse, college lacrosse players for the Rams. Rams with the ball. Pick it up.
Ooh, high hit, but not called.
Ball running Hall.
And the ball loose and goes out of bounds. It'll be Ram ball, I believe. Three referees in this game. Rams move forward. Now they send it back out on top. 2:40 left to go in the half. There's a push in front, but Rams save the ball. It goes back.
That's an over and back, so it's going to be Glencoe ball. Very similar to over and back in basketball. Sloppy passing out there by both teams tonight.
Still 6-4. We haven't had a goal in a while. Maybe a result of that bad passing. Rams come forward.
So yellow, you heard the coach saying yellow over there. That means they want to get a sub. They want to get some different personnel out on the field.
With 2 minutes remaining in the half.
We do only have 2 minutes in the second quarter. Bobby with the fake pass.
Burgess out on the left wing. We move towards the middle. Behind the net now.
Oh, come on. Looks like another turnover on bad passing.
1:31 left to go here.
See everybody running over to the sidelines, or everybody's getting a different sub out there.
No time to give up a goal in the last minute 30 of the half. Tide come forward. They send it out on top. Start down the middle.
Minute 15 left for halftime. Oh, nice save by Dylan.
Goalie save by Gabriel.
At one time, the Rams had outnumbered the Tide in shots 11-6. Now it's 15-14.
Number 18, Ty Henderson.
Now the Rams have got 43 seconds to work with. A couple of substitutes come in.
It doesn't take long to score in lacrosse. It can happen real fast. So everybody trying to get their matchups correct. Looks like Josh has got his right crew out there. They're set up. Getting ready for a running start here. Probably wait for about 8 seconds on the clock, I would assume.
Sort of like waiting for the last shot in basketball.
Yep.
8 seconds and they move forward. That's Pence. Pence with 4 goals in the game.
No, and it doesn't look like we're going to get anything off.
Not going to get a shot off, and that's the horn.
Yeah, a little sloppy in the passing by both teams tonight. I don't know if it's the lighting out there, the wind.
We're going to turn the time over to Greg Kaus to talk a little bit about his foundation.
You know, both teams, it was 4-2 at the end of one. Both teams with 2 goals here in the second quarter. Goals in the second quarter. Glencoe trailed 4-2 to start the quarter, and then got a goal from Brennan Hay with 11:22 left to go in the first half. The Rams came right back. Bobby Burgess with a goal at 10:58. That made it 5-3. Thomas Tackley with a goal at 9:51 for the Glencoe Crimson Tide made the score 5-4. And then Eric Pence with his 4th goal of the game at 7:18 to make it 6-4. No goal scoring in the last 7 minutes of the second quarter.
But all 4 timeouts were used. You know, another thing, I was just looking, you look out into the side, you know, being in the box up here, we can't see it, but it is actually raining out there. It's got a little sprinkle, so that could contribute to a little bit of the bad passing, along with the wind, and maybe even the lighting, because they are playing under the lights here as well.
From the time that it was 11-6 in shots on goal, the Crimson Tide had 8 shots on goal. The Rams had 4.
Slide over.
You know, part of that is they were man up. Glencoe was man up for a little while. We were talking about penalties there for a little bit. I know the Rams had a couple penalties there where they were man up, so they were able to get a few extra shots on goal versus the Rams.
A big quarter for Dylan Gabriel, the goalie for Central Catholic. He now has got 7 saves, and there were a couple of times there where it was him alone who prevented a goal. He had a kick save one time, and another time a shot right in front.
Yeah, he's only given up 4 goals this half. You know, Dylan's been coming out and playing hard. Looks like though we might be getting a new goalie. Mark Miranda's out warming up right now in the goal, trying to get some extra shots.
Is that a common thing for the Rams this year, is to go with more than 1 goalie in a game?
We've gone with both. They both have different strengths and they both have different weaknesses.
All right, I'll get you some batteries.
But both of them have, usually Dylan will start and Mark might finish, but who knows? We'll see what happens with them.
Scott mentioned that the goalie was out warming up, and he is out on the field.
How about this one, Greg?
One of the coaches has taken a couple of shots at him to get him warmed up.
Yeah, it looks like that's Trey Norris. He's our assistant varsity coach there. He's a graduate of 2009 from Central Catholic. I know Central Catholic likes to have their coaches have some Central Catholic experience and know the history and the culture of Central Catholic.
Try that on. Lydia, bring that other mic back. Bring the dead mic back.
All right,
It's all yours, Greg.
the Crimson Tide is out on the field. They're in the end zone. They're huddled in the end zone. I'm not sure where the Rams are.
My son, Ryan, was a lacrosse player. He graduated in 07.
We have a ceremony on the
May of
field,
last year,
and we're going to stay here, and you
he
can
was
listen
in a
in on
climbing
that.
accident.
It's for Ryan Couts.
He was 26 years old, and if any of you have ever experienced that kind of loss, you'll know it makes no sense to you. Absolutely none. So, in his memory, and for us to extend his memory, and to do something for a sport that he loved and excelled in, we have formed a fund that is going to be supporting the Lacrosse Club, and we've already donated money just shy of $900 to help with youngsters getting some decent poles and some heads. So we've already started, but as of last night, the website, and if you look in your program, within the first couple of pages, I think it's page 3, you'll see our advertisement, and it has the website on there. So there's a couple of ways that you can donate to this fund. The fund is tax deductible. We have all the blessing from the IRS and from the state. Not only, we also, you can send a donation to Post Office Box 4313 here in Hillsborough. So all of that information is on the program. I want to thank the club, Matt, the president, and Andrew Tockley, who's been just very supportive, and oh my gosh, the coaches have been fantastic in helping to promote. You've seen the sweatshirts. If you've purchased those, you know that a whole bunch of what you spent on that sweatshirt will go to this fund. So it's a way for us to talk to the alumni and other people that can contribute and to help out. My grandchildren are down here, and these are remembrances of Ryan. Ryan was a U of O grad, and he also played for the Ducks for 2 years in lacrosse after high school. This flag that Nora is holding up is Cascadia. Ryan loved the outdoors. Cascadia, if you don't know about it, it's in Wikipedia. But it's a part of the country that goes from BC down to Washington, Oregon, and the northern part of California. The part of California that we like to talk to. So these are things that remind us of Ryan. And here's my grandsons, Everett and Judah, who all of a sudden got shy. But some helmets that Ryan has worn over time. And why Ryan? Ryan, we felt, and it's in the website, was a leader. He excelled in school. He was a honor society member. He wasn't just, as we used to say in the olden days, a jock. He was involved in a lot of things, and he was a great guy. So we felt it was worthy of him and his memory to promote these kinds of things, and we have other things that we're doing to promote him. And here, excuse me, his memory. This is my daughter Katie and my son Glenn, all graduates of Glencoe High School. I tell you the years, but I've screwed it up a couple times. 97 and 01. There we go. His really good friends are here. Russell Jordan, Grant Jones, Jenna Scribner are here. They're on the side over there. I call them the posse. And we're all here to try and promote what is good about lacrosse. So I hope that you'll take a good look at our website and consider donating. And now I'll turn it over to these young men who, that's what it's all about.
So yeah, we'd like to recognize tonight the youth program for the time they put forth. This foundation's already helped out 10, or worked with 23 last I checked, young men across the Hillsborough area that have been able to get equipment they need to start the program. So let's hear for the 3rd, 4th team. Raise your hand, guys, if you're on the 3-4 team. All right. Those are our upcoming class of 2023. Okay, what about the 5-6 team? Let's hear it, guys. Louder than the 3-4 team. Come on. And the 7-8 team. Let's hear it, guys. All right, we did have the privilege of watching these guys play. Each of these 3 teams had an opportunity to scrimmage this year on the field with us, and we're glad they do it. We'll do that again next year. So thank you guys for supporting tonight, for coming out and supporting Glencoe Lacrosse, and for the foundation and all it's doing to promote lacrosse across the community. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Matt. Go Tide!
So a few things about Ryan. I was up here in the booth, but if they didn't get talked about while I wasn't paying attention and coordinating things up here. Ryan played lacrosse for Glencoe for 4 years. He was a depot player for us. He was all-conference for 2 years, second team All-State his senior year, was the member of the Honor Society at Glencoe. He also played football for 4 years and was on the team that went to the 5A state championship game against West Albany. He ended up going to the Ducks lacrosse team where he played for 2 years and graduated from the University of Oregon. After 2 years of graduation, he was a counselor for California teenagers who needed help fighting antisocial behaviors and worked on a ranch in Colorado and a farm in California helping his youth. Ryan's life was dedicated to helping others, and it's great that this foundation's been put in place to keep that tradition going.
So it does look like
Greg and his family
we've
for coming out
switched
tonight.
goalies for the Rams.
And support
Mark
that you
Miranda
guys
will be
provide.
in goalie for the
Be
second
well
half,
appreciated.
for the start of the second half.
All right, we carried that live. We carried the broadcast of all of that live. That's a Ryan Couts, who was a star athlete at Glencoe, went on to be an athlete at the University of Oregon, died in a mountain climbing accident a year ago. And they've established a foundation in his name here at Glencoe, and we hope you enjoyed listening to that during the second or during halftime. So we are ready to start the second half. In fact, we just started. So Scott reported goalie change for the Glencoe Crimson Tide.
For the Rams.
For the Rams. So we're underway. Start of the third quarter. Rams are moving right to left. Glencoe will move left to right. Tide with the ball.
Shot by Eric Cortez, wide left. And he wins the chase.
6-4 our score. 4-2 at the end of one, 6-4 now. Rams led into both quarters. Ball back behind the back of the net. Tied with it.
Yeah, it looks like it's still raining out there. So we got a few, which hurts the nets of the sticks for the kids as well. Ball might tend to stick in there a little bit more. Tony Moran with great D and great ride.
Ball hits the turf, penalty will be assessed.
A couple of substitutions coming in the game for the Glencoe Crimson Tide.
A 1 minute slashing call.
It looks like Cesar Rojas got the slashing call on that one.
So he'll serve a minute in the penalty box. Rams Tide 1 man advantage with the ball in front of the Rams net. Trail by 2, have a man advantage for a minute here.
Looks like the Rams got some good rotations going here.
You can watch them rotate on defense in this zone. There's a shot behind the net.
It's in the crease. It's going to be Ram ball.
Rams win the chase to the ball.
Okay, a player in the crease that time with the goalie.
Oh, they're going to say he was pushed into the crease, so it's going to stay Glencoe ball.
That's a 9-foot radius crease. Tide behind the net, out front. There's a shot.
Good stop by Mark.
All right, the goalie that time with a nice stop.
Goalie save was by Mark Miranda.
Oh, we have another penalty on the Rams, it looks like.
I didn't see a flag.
Flag's right there on the 30.
Oh, there we go. Referee picks the flag up.
So that's a 2-man advantage now. You got to rotate fast if you're the Rams, and if you're the Glencoe Tide, you want to be moving that ball quick and get the nice, clean, open shot.
behind the net. And that's what the Tide are doing, trying to rotate the ball quickly. There's a shot.
Shot by number 2.
Oh, we got one of our men back. Caesar's back out here.
Okay, that last shot was by Thomas Tackley, was over the net. Tide with the ball, they're out in front. We had a whistle. And it'll be the Rams with the ball.
Call on the Tide. Possession turned over to the Rams.
Here come the Rams. 9:28 left to go in the third, 6-4.
Penalties released, we're even strength on the field.
So we got Jonathan Gritzmacher coming back in, Marcus Mildenberger and Bobby Burgess.
In that short little time frame we had on those penalties, the Tide now with 20 shots on goal to the 14 by the Rams.
And the goalies for the Rams have been doing really well. Marcus Mildenberger's got a guy beat, takes a shot.
Shot by number 12.
We've also got number 7 out there, Aiden Skoken.
Wide right. Second attempt coming for the Rams.
Rams behind the net.
And number 15, Elliot DeFrancisco.
DeFrancisco has a goal earlier in the game, in the first quarter.
Oh, Gritz was open in the middle. He missed that opportunity.
Behind the net, there's a whistle.
Oh, he stepped into the crease. Elliott stepped into the crease.
Okay, violation, stepped into the crease. Turnover, ball to the Tide. Here they come forward. It appeared to me they didn't have enough men back because somebody was coming forward and jumped over the 50-yard line to get back in the back.
Goalie's got the ball.
Rams goalie sends it forward.
Tavish Chandler has the ball. He does some face-offs for us as well.
Clear for the Rams.
From time to time.
Cross-field pass. They come down the left this time.
Coach is calling yellow. He wants to get a play set. Bobby, looks like the ball's going to go back up to Bobby.
Burgess starts down the left, works inside.
Oh, nice shot. Bobby Burgess with the score.
Left alley, Bobby Burgess, the second goal.
7:34, that goal coming in the third. Second goal of the game for Bobby Burgess. Makes our score 7-4.
Gritzmacher's thanking his attackman out there as well. And Michael Gritzmacher in New York, his older brother's probably saying, all right, that's what I like to see, a three-score goal or three-score lead here.
4 goals for Pence, 2 for Burgess. The other goal coming from Elliot DeFrancisco. 7-4 our score. Here's the face-off. Controlled by the Rams.
Nice job, Ryan. Ryan Oriucci with the face-off win. Ground balls, like I said earlier, ground balls are one of those things that are kept in the official book. Usually those that win more ground balls are going to win the game. But Eric Pence with 4 goals tonight. You can tell he's been feeling a lot better. He had mono earlier in the season. That was a tough one for us to take care of, but he battled through it. Looks like he's feeling a lot better now.
Burgess drops the ball. Picked up.
Oh, ball down again. Tenacious D. I love it.
Ball loose again. Been a couple of real scrums for the ball.
Loose ball push. Glencoe ball.
7-4, 6:34 left to go here.
Oh, that was a nice move, but he did lose the ball.
Here come the Rams right back.
Eric Pence has got the ball.
Pence dropped it, picked it back up.
Warding called on the tie. Ball returned to the Rams.
So warding is one of those penalties when the offensive player extends his arm and pushes off the defensive player. You can hold it out there, you just can't push him off. You can give yourself space, but you can't push off.
Burgess with the ball. Sends it out. Rams inside, there's a shot. Save.
12. Marcus by Mildenberger. Goalie saved by Alex King.
Oh, wow, they left him wide open. He's going to rip that one. Nice. Marcus Mildenberger with the score for the Rams.
Mildenberger scores. That goal coming with 5:39 left to go in the third. Marcus Mildenberger with the goal.
4 different people for the Rams have scored tonight, so they're spreading the wealth around.
I didn't see Mildenberger's number. His number
Number
is
12.
12. Okay.
Oriuchi and Wilson again on the faceoff.
So we're back at full strength for both teams. I'm trying to see if it looks like it's probably Ryan doing face-off again. Yep, Ryan Oriuchi's doing the face-off, as well as number 12 for them. Carson Wilson is doing the face-off for them. Rams got the ball.
Push on the face-off. Possession will go to the Rams.
5:26 left to go here in the third. 8-4 now.
Oh.
On ball by Jacob Henninger.
Oh, got it. They only had 20 seconds. Oh, well, that's going to be a slashing penalty. The ball hits the ground.
That all coming with 4:58 left to go in the third.
So it looks like that was Aiden Skokin with the penalty, with the slash. Unfortunate, but it happens.
Slashing call on the Rams.
That'll be a minute penalty, slashing on the Rams.
Tied with possession on the left alley.
The good news is the last time they had man up, they weren't able to score, but they're getting a lot of shots on goal.
Shots on goal now 20-18 in favor of the Tide.
Oh, Joe Henderson doing great D there. Knocking that ball out, letting it continue on. Bad pass by the Tide. Kai Henderson with the ball.
Do you want right-handed and left-handed shooters up front?
You know, if you're a shooter, you want to be able to shoot with both hands. But yeah, you want, if you've got a lefty, I mean, it's just like in basketball. You got a lefty, it just makes life just that much easier for everybody. Oh, nice job, Joe. Joe coming through, wanting that ground ball.
There's the ball loose, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Got pushed in the back on that one.
Tide will bring it in.
Four minutes left in the third quarter.
Shot by number 9, high. Second attempt for the Tide coming.
Shot that time by Dylan Brower.
So it looks like Glencoe shoots high a lot. The reason they shoot high a lot, the ball goes over the net. They've usually got somebody back there, so they get to keep possession of it.
Collision that time, no penalty. And there's the goal.
Brennan Hay with the goal. That's his second of the night.
Second goal tonight. Drew's first assist this evening.
So that
Mark Miranda came out trying to get the steal on that. Left the goal empty, but you knew the ball was going to go. The ball was going to go to him. Unfortunate, Mark couldn't come up with that one.
That coming at 3:41 left to go in the third. Second goal of the game for Brennan Hay. He scored early in the second quarter, now here in the third.
And we're on a 4-game away streak. here with Lincoln.
Yeah, the wind is still blowing pretty good out there, and we've still got rain dropping down. It doesn't look like it's
On the face
coming real hard, but it's just annoying.
Chandler.
Got too much rain in the area.
Ball loose, picked up by the Tide.
Ground ball by Henniger.
Tide pass down the middle. Number 13 with the ball, and that's Juan Diaz.
Eric Pence out there trying to chop down a tree.
Shot by number 16.
And there's a flag.
Diago, goalie saved by Miranda. And we do have a penalty.
But Pence giving him a lot of chopping down, like I said, chopping down, but hitting a lot of stick. The ball just couldn't pop out.
And coming up, road trip will be the following 4 schools. After OES on Friday, will be at Sherwood, at Lincoln, at Walton, at Center before returning home for the end of Silver.
Are we 2 men down now? So yeah, it looks like, nope, just 1 man down. Looked like Cesar Rojas ended up having for a penalty.
1 minute slashing call on the Rams.
Another slash.
1 minute penalty.
Our defense usually doesn't get this many penalties. Kai, Joe, and Cesar have all had penalties tonight. Usually they don't play with that many penalties.
Tide working the ball around. They have the advantage. 8-5, 2:35 left to go here in the third quarter. There's a shot high, just like Scott said.
Cortez, goalie saved by Miranda.
This time nobody back there, and the ball will go to the Rams.
Rams get the clear.
Nice moves out there.
Oh, Bobby Burgess breaking ankles out there. Nice. Looks like that famous line from Top Gun.
2 minutes. We have 2
Where'd
minutes
he
remaining
go?
in the third quarter.
Where'd who go?
Under 2 minutes. 8-5. Rams with the ball.
Well, with that goalie change, Mark's only given up the 1 goal. So nice job with that.
Forward, there's a shot right
Oh,
close in the net,
nice.
and there's a nice goal.
On the field,
Elliott
number
with his
15,
second goal of the night.
Francisco Evans with an assist from number 12.
And Marcus Mildenberger got the assist on that.
That's number 15, Elliott DiFrancesco, with his second goal. That coming at 1:37.
Nice job. That was a good score with even. And we might have been a man down with Cesar. Looks like Cesar's penalty is over as well. So we're all even up there.
9-5 our score.
This is the best I've seen the offense play for the Rams. The Rams are playing really good offense.
Interestingly enough, this was the score of the JV game. Central Catholic 9, Glencoe 5.
Oh, that was a good check.
Last touch by the Rams. Possession goes to the Tide.
Tide with the ball. Got a minute 15 to work with. Behind the net.
And Cesar's back out there on defense.
Another high shot.
Shot by Thomas Tockley, wide over the top.
And the Tide have had somebody back there every time to make sure that they secure the ball after their high shots.
Which they did that time.
Oh, that was a score by number 3. Brendan Hay.
Brandon's third goal this evening.
That's his third goal of the game.
Yeah, I think they finally Tide finally figured out Eric Pence. He hasn't scored anything in the second half, I don't think. They've been able to shut him down a little bit.
I think you're right. That is right. No, Pence scored. No, that's true. Since the second half, he has not scored.
Chandler coming in for the faceoff against Wilson.
9-6 our score. There's the face-off.
14 for us. Tavish comes up with it.
The Rams break out with the ball. They've got 45 seconds to work with. Leading by 3, 9-6.
Oh, there's another one by Pence. Right as I say, hey, Pence hasn't scored in a while. Mr. MIT comes up with another goal.
Number 5 for him. He is number 5, and he just got his 5th goal of the game. That coming 18 seconds after the last goal. Scott said you can score quickly in lacrosse. You can score quickly both ways in lacrosse.
Definitely.
Go one way and score, come right back the other way and score.
Yeah, we had a couple games last year where with less than 10 seconds, we were able to get a couple goals in that 10 seconds. It can happen fast.
10-6 our score. Rams lead by 4. There's a real struggle for the ball at midfield. And Tide come down with it.
Tavish, good D on number 5 for
that's
Glencoe.
Mesmer. Drew Mesmer. 20 seconds. And the Rams come up with the ball. To the goalie.
Joe Henderson had a pass to the goalie. Back to Joe. Oops, looks like that one got a little high. And Mark throws that one a little high to Joe, and it goes out of bounds.
Here come the
Glencoe
Tide.
ball.
5 seconds. Work for a shot. That shot high.
Goalie saved by Miranda.
Mark Miranda heads up. The Tide did not have somebody back there. Mark comes out of the goal and gets credit for getting the ball.
All right, there's the horn. That is the end of the third quarter.
Take a minute and just recognize
Our score at the end of 3 quarters, it is Central Catholic 10.
Our Crimson level sponsors for
Glencoe Crimson Tide 6. Shots on goal in the game, Glencoe 28, Central Catholic 20. Saves in the game, Central Catholic 12, Glencoe 5. Neither team used the timeout in that quarter. I'll give you the scoring in the quarter quickly. These are the third quarter scoring. Started out in the quarter, a goal at 7:34 by Bobby Burgess. That was his second goal of the game. That made our score 7-4. Then a goal by Mildenberger at 5:39. That made our score 8-4. A score then by Glencoe, Brendan Hay at 3:41 made our score 8-5. A second goal of the game for Elliot DiFrancesco. That at 1:37 made our score 9-5. Then Brendan Hay with another goal, that coming at 0:56 left to go in the third. That was his third goal of the game. 9-6 was our score. And then the last goal, the 5th goal of the game for Eric Pence at 38 seconds left to go in the quarter, and that makes our score at the end of 3, 10-6 Central Catholic.
You know, I'm happy to be up here in the booth. Looking at that rain come down, watching that wind, I'm sitting there going, I like this booth. I could get used to this.
Great facilities here, and I just don't mean this field. All facilities.
As Ryan's out there shaking. I love it. Sorry, man.
He said he had his long johns on. I don't. You got those on, Ryan? Oh no, he says. Well, okay.
Looks like Mark Miranda's going to stay in goal for the Rams. He did a great job. Only gave up 2 goals in that half.
It was 6-4 at the end of the half, and it's now 10-6. So 4-2, the Rams outscored the Tide in that quarter. We're getting ready to start the face-off here in the fourth quarter. 12 more minutes of action.
Looks like Ryan Oriucci and Carson Wilson are doing the face-off duties, and they're taking the load tonight. It doesn't look like they're doing much sharing or having anybody else doing any of those face-offs for either team.
And Rams come down with the ball. Rams now moving from our right to our left.
Nice job, Ryan, winning these face-offs. He's definitely doing a great job of getting face-offs and making sure the Rams have possession of that ball. Winning face-offs is definitely a key for every lacrosse team, making sure that they can. Oh, a little miss handoff there. And probably going to get an over and back. Yep, whistle blown and over and back.
Faceoffs have been hotly contested tonight. Both players doing a good job.
Not sure what just happened there, but I do see a flag down.
You have to give some credit to the Ram goaltenders because they have been outshot 22-9 since the second quarter, and only given up 4 goals.
Yeah. So what happened there is it was an over and back. One of the Ram players got the ball and threw it back. Thought he was giving it to the ref, but ended up throwing it a little bit too far and got a delay of game. So I think it's a 30-second penalty.
There's
Another shot on goal. I try to go around the back, behind the back shot.
shot by the Tide, and there's the goal.
Number 8, Eric Cortez with his first goal of the night.
That coming at 10:54.
We don't want him getting hot tonight, I'll tell you that, because he can put some goals up quick.
Cortez, a junior. And when I talked to the coach ahead of, before the beginning of the game, he talked about Cortez. Although that's his first goal of the game, it makes the score now 10-7.
And Ryan and Carson are again doing the face-off duties for both teams.
And loose picked up by the Rams.
And Tony Moran's getting a sub. Oh, we got a little fast break opportunity there. Nope. Said not to go that way. They're going to get another sub. Ryan's going to step off. He's been doing really good at the face-off duties for the Rams tonight.
Burgess with the ball on the left side. Takes a step back, looks, wants to set something up. Now breaks forward. Inside a shot and over the net.
Gritzmacher back there again. Make sure that the Rams keep the ball. Nice job, Jonathan. Again, older brother Mike listening from New York is going, yep, good job, brother. Good job, little brother. If we can get Jonathan to get a couple extra goals, that'd be a good thing for him.
We're under 10 minutes left to go in the game. 10-7 our score, Rams lead.
I say Jonathan normally gets a couple goals a game. Usually gets 1 or 2.
Been shut out so far today. Although 4 Rams have scored in the game, including the 5 goals by Eric Pence.
They're going to call that a pass. So that was a pass that went out of bounds rather than a shot. So a pass went out of bounds. Glencoe gets the ball.
Here come the Crimson Tide. They set it up in the middle, now around to the right. Tide. Get it behind the net, send it back out front. Loose. Picked up by the Tide.
Good switches by the Henderson. The Henderson wall out there is what we like to call it. And that's going to be an over and back.
Over and back.
Good pressure by the defense. Kai and Joe teaming up on that one.
Rams will have the ball with 8:52 left to go. It was 10-6 at the end of 3. It's 10-7 now. Here come the Rams.
Oh, wide open. Tavish. Tavish Chandler with the assist from Marcus Mildenberger.
So Tavis Chandler with the goal. His first of the game. That coming at 8:39 left. It makes our score 11-7. Chandler's number is
Number 14.
14. All right, we'll have the face-off with 8:39 left to go.
Looks like we've got Aiden Tillman Reardon is out there as a midi for us,
coming in to take the face-off for the Tide.
along with Nicholas Loeffler as the LSM. I think Ryan is still doing the face-off duties against Carson. No, actually they got a different one. Eric Cortez is actually doing face-off duty there for the Tide.
Right, there was a whistle on the face-off. What was that whistle for?
Not sure what happened there, but it probably he did number 8 for Glencoe did something illegal or wrong.
Okay.
Gave the ball to the Rams.
Tied with the ball.
And a little sloppy on the passing again.
And now it's going to go out, and it'll be Rams ball. Referee signals where to throw it in, or where to put it in. And there's a pass forward. Nice pass.
Oh, pass to Jonathan. Jonathan's got the fast break. Oh, with a little quick flick of the wrist, a little high. But we didn't have one in the back. Normally Grits is in the back there for that. We didn't get one of the other guys back there. Oh, I apologize. We did get that one. I thought the ref pointed the other direction. 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Rams with the ball. They lead 11-7 on the basis of that goal from Tavis Chandler.
Oh.
And that goes out.
Another ill-advised pass or bad pass. Again, I'm not sure if the ball's sticking in the nets because of the rain that's dropping down.
Nice lob pass that time by the Crimson Tide. They move forward. There's a slip.
Timeout for Glencoe with 7:21 left in the fourth quarter.
Each team has 2 timeouts each half, and that's the first one used in the second half. So Tide take a timeout. 7:21 left to go in this one. Rams lead 11-7. Well played game, don't you think, Scott?
You know, the third quarter was a lot of penalty free. There weren't a lot of penalties in that quarter, and there hasn't been hardly any penalties here in the fourth quarter. So they've been playing pretty even. Just the passing and ground balls now are going to be the difference in this game. Central Catholic up by 4, and that's a good spot to be if you're Central Catholic, because now you can be a little bit more patient. You don't have to force the issue. And Glencoe is going to probably have to try to force the issue a little bit more and try to get some more shots on goal. But with them having 29 shots, we've had 12 saves on those 29 shots. So they've been on target. Just our goalies for Central Catholic have been doing a good job at stopping it, making sure it doesn't go in.
Hope you've enjoyed our broadcast tonight here at Hillsborough Stadium. Boys Lacrosse, Central Catholic Rams, Glencoe Crimson Tide. Rams lead 11-7. After the game is over, I'm going to update you on our broadcast coming up. We have a huge week still to go for broadcast here at Oregon Sports Beat, including a softball game tomorrow, a baseball game on Thursday, and the basketball game on Saturday, that Oregon-Washington clash with the All-Stars. In that game, scheduled to play for Washington is the #1 player in the nation, Malcolm Potter Jr. So we'll bring you all of that here at Oregon Sports Beat.
Been out of the timeout. Glencoe get the ball at the right box.
All right, Glencoe has the ball. Everybody's even. Oh, he hits the pipe.
You could hear that all the way up here that it hit the pipe.
Let it roll out of bounds as they're running to it at the midfield.
Yeah.
Because it was a shot on goal.
Oh, pass
nice
stolen
defense.
away.
Nice defense by Kai.
Stolen right back away by the Tide. Tide with the ball.
Oh, nice move.
Behind the net. That's going to go out, and it'll go to the Tide, I think.
Nope,
Let's
they're
see.
saying Ram ball.
They're saying Ram ball.
Caesar took a little hit on that one too. Caesar Rojas. I'm hoping he's all right on that.
All right.
Tony Moran fighting for that ball. It looks like the Tide come up with it. Oh. Yep, there's a flag down. That was a slash. And Joe knocks the ball out, comes down, and now the penalty will be assessed.
We're under 6 minutes now, 5:59, 11-7, and that'll be a penalty on the Rams.
Was that on Tony? It looks like it might have been on Tony Moran. Usually he doesn't go off on man down situations. But it looks like that was his penalty.
It is. Moran takes a seat. Slashing penalty. He'll sit off 1 minute.
Shot by Eric Cortez from the right alley, wide left.
Eric Cortez a little wide left on that shot.
Yeah.
Another shot on goal. 31 shots for them, 23 for the Rams.
You mentioned that Cortez needs to get going. Well, there he took another shot, so he's trying to get more involved in the offense. Behind the net, Tied with the ball.
Only about 30 more seconds on this penalty. Nice defense for Ryan there.
Tied with the ball. That's number 2, Tockley.
And number 20 for us, Nicholas Loeffler had a slash on that as well. He's going to be sitting out, so we're going to be down to 4. They're going to be 2-man up.
2-man advantage. Won't be for long, but it'll be a 1-man advantage for another minute. So
1 minute slash and call the Rams.
I think we got about 15 more seconds.
On the first penalty. Thank you, Ryan.
A 2-man advantage. Mark's got to protect that goal. Nice job, Mark.
And the goalie that time smothers the ball, now picks it up.
1 penalty has been released for the Rams.
Did he run behind the net? Did the goalie
He ran
run
behind the net on that one.
Picked it, smothered it first, picked it up, ran behind the net and made a pass.
Oh, wow, make a pass. Oh, the goalie is out. Oh.
Goalie was out and the man was free in front for the Rams. Didn't get a chance to see him though. 4:30 left to go in this one.
Ball rolls over the baseline.
And Rams still with the ball.
So they're in yellow. They're trying to get some subs out there.
4:20.
We're still a man down.
Rams in front.
Oh, nice save by the goalie.
Shot on goal, and the goalie got down on his knees and blocked that shot. Nice save by the goalie. That's Alex Aki.
Well, they were offsides, so they have an offsides, about a 30-second offside penalty. So they did not get a score on that man up opportunity. Now the Rams will have a man up opportunity.
Second technical called on the Tide.
So
30-second technical on the Tide. Each team, Scott has only got 1 goal here in the 4th quarter.
Moving that ball well.
Shot by Pence, saved by King.
Eric Pence with the shot on goal. Nice defense by Caesar. Joe Henderson's on number 3 there. Brendan Hay knocks the ball out. Oh, Joe again getting that ball knocked out. Hey, Ram ball.
Ram ball. Rams have been outshot on goal by 8, 33-25, and still with a 4-goal lead.
Loose ball. The ball is down on the ground. Who's going to come up with it? Looks like the Tide.
We're under 3 minutes now, 2:50. Tide come down with the ball, trail by 4. They're going to have to press forward and get some shots. Looking for somebody in the
Joe
middle.
knocks down that pass.
Fly swat on the pass by Joseph Henderson. Possession back to the Rams.
Behind the goal goes the goalie, steps out front with the ball and sends it downfield. And scooped up by the Rams, but I think out of bounds. Yes, out of bounds. It'll be Tide ball.
He was trying to walk that tightrope over there. Elliott was.
Now Tide with the ball. They can't play the waiting game any longer. They've only got a couple of minutes, and they're down
2
4
minutes,
goals.
4.
Yeah. Tide.
Shot by number 5, Drew Mesmer, wide left. Second attempt coming. 2 minutes, just 2 minutes remaining in the game.
Drew Mesmer with the shot on goal.
2 minutes left in the game now. 2 minutes.
They call timeout. Yep.
And the Tide take a timeout. That'll be their last timeout. Rams still have both of theirs.
You know, it's been a pretty clean game in this 4th quarter. Not a lot of penalties, not a lot of opportunities for man up or man down.
And what I've seen good, strong, solid defense. Not a bunch of pushing and shoving or slash. We've had a couple of slashes, but not
We've
many.
had a few slashes. But yeah, definitely the second half here, it's been a lot cleaner. It's been cleaned up. They're just keeping the man in front of them. It's hard to shoot when you got somebody in front of you or somebody on your stick with their stick. Makes it a little bit more difficult to shoot. No, I'm proud of the Rams tonight. They've come out to play. They've come out to really show the rest of their teammates after this last weekend. They played Saturday and Sunday. They played a couple games and were able to bond a little bit together and get to know each other and really kind of learn what it is to play as a team, and that's what they've been doing tonight, both defensively and offensively. They've been sliding well, they've been bodying well, they've been passing pretty decently. With Ronan out of the lineup for the attackmen, you know, they're having to learn each other a little bit differently, but Ronan's definitely missed tonight. But Aiden's definitely stepped up and taken that role, and nice to see him out there.
What do the Rams got coming up next?
You know, that's a great question. The Rams, we're playing that one. We're playing a team from California on Thursday at 3:30, Navajo High School.
Oh, okay.
On Thursday. And then we only have one game next week where we're going to play Tualatin High School.
The Glencoe Crimson Tide on Friday have Oregon Episcopal School. So that's their next upcoming match.
OES is always tough. They play well. They're very well coached. Scully, the coach there, does a very good job with OES.
1:20 left to go here. 11-7 Rams lead.
I think if you're a Ram fan, you're enjoying it right now. 4-point lead is definitely pretty secure at this point. Unless you get a couple stupid penalties.
All right, there's a whistle. Play stop.
Loose ball push.
Loose ball push is what they're calling.
Possession on the right side of the box.
By Pence, but that's all right. That's just playing defense, and didn't realize the guy didn't have the ball. Eric Pence with that. that one. Caesar with a good push. Kai Henderson did a nice slide.
We're under a minute.
And Joe comes over. To help his teammates out, but he was a little too open, and they did get another score. I did not see who that was.
Well,
by.
I think it's number 2, and if it is, that's Thomas Tackley.
It'll be his 3rd goal of the night. 3 goals is definitely doable in 55 seconds, so you don't want to stop playing. If you're the Rams, you want to continue to play hard and get after it and win this face-off. Winning this face-off would be huge right now.
11-8, 3-goal lead, 55 seconds left to go.
Tony Moran's going to come up with this loose ball, this ground ball right here. That's what I'm going to guess right now.
And he does.
Possession by
Tavish, actually, Tavish was out there doing that face-off. So they give Ryan a play off there.
And I think there's the referee's whistle.
Warning on the Rams.
They had to keep it inside. Once they touched the box, they had to keep it in. They didn't keep it in the box.
So tied with the ball.
And the reason they do that's for stalling purposes. Under 2 minutes, they got to keep it under. Pence has got the ball, and I'm pretty sure he's going to outrun him, and he is.
Pence got great speed and way outruns everybody.
But he's got to keep it in.
Run some time off the clock here.
Going to go behind. They did poke it out, but he picked it back up.
12 seconds. Pence still with the ball. Pence this time running out forward, still with the ball. 5 seconds. 3 seconds. 2, 1. There it is. That's the end of the game here at Hillsborough Stadium. Our final score, the Central Catholic Rams 11. The Glencoe Crimson Tide 8 as the teams go out and celebrate.
Well, they all run to the goalie and have a good time, but Eric Pence did a nice job of running the clock out with that time out there. Nice job to the Rams. They looked a lot more together tonight. They played as a team. They didn't play as a bunch of individuals. They played as a team and got the 3-point win for their 2nd win of the season.
The score at the end of one was Central Catholic 4-2. Each team scored 2 goals in the 2nd quarter, and that made our score 6-4. Again, in the 3rd quarter, the Rams repeated the 1st quarter, outscoring Central Catholic 4-2. That made our lead 10-6, and the Tide actually outscored the Rams in the 4th quarter 2-1, but it was not enough, and that made our final score 11-8. I'll give you the goal scorers by quarter. In the 1st quarter, the goal scorers: Eric Pence for Central Catholic, Thomas Tackley for Glencoe, Elliot DiFrancesco for Central Catholic, Jake Howell for Glencoe, and then Eric Pence with a couple before the end of the quarter. In the 2nd quarter, the goal scorers were Brennan Hay for Glencoe, Bobby Burgess for Central Catholic, Thomas Tackley, that was his 2nd goal for Glencoe, and Eric Pence with his 4th goal of the game just before halftime. The 3rd quarter, the goal scorers were Bobby Burgess, that was his 2nd, Mildenberger for Glencoe, and in the 3rd quarter, Brendan Hay for Glencoe, Elliot DiFrancesco for Central Catholic, that was his 2nd goal. Brendan Hay with his 3rd goal of the game for Glencoe, and Eric Pence, number 5 for Central Catholic. The goal scorers in the 4th quarter, Eric Cortez for Glencoe, Tavis Chandler, the only goal of that quarter for Central Catholic, and Thomas Tackley with a goal for Glencoe. So that's the individual scoring in the game. You'd have to say the offensive player of the game, probably Eric Pence with his 5 goals, including 3 in the first half.
Yeah, I would say Eric Pence, he came to play tonight. You could see that he hasn't been quite himself in the last couple games, but I think he's finally getting healthy to rip off 5 goals, have a game like he had tonight. MIT is going to be lucky to have him. I think he'll be able to step up and play at that next level. And again, the Rams, with their 2nd win of the night, they've been very, very close in a lot of them. But I think they're going to come out, they're going to have a good time playing the rest of the season when they start playing league games. And again, thank you very much. I had a great time with you tonight, and look forward to hopefully doing this again soon.
Let's talk about a defensive player of the game, and I have to say the goaltender combination for the Rams stopped a lot of shots tonight.
Yep, they both gave up 4 goals each. You know, Mark Miranda did a great job in that second half. You know, there's just they complement each other very well. And again, Dylan gave up 4 and Mark gave up 4 in the second half. You know, I think it's got to be the goalies. You know, the defensemen, they really got after it. They scrambled well. They bodied up well, but they did have a few slashes to get out there to really let Glencoe go ahead with a couple shots. But in the second half, they did have a couple penalties, and they did not score. Glencoe didn't score on those man-up opportunities. I think that was probably the difference in the game. Is we scored, the Rams scored on the penalties, the man-up, and Glencoe didn't take that opportunity to score on those couple opportunities in the second half.
All right, Scott Anderson, thanks for joining us tonight. It was great to have your expert analysis and point out some of those things that our listeners were probably glad to know about the game.
Hey, thank you for having me. This was fun. I'm glad I was in the box and not having to worry about being out in the rain and the wind like Ryan. So,
all right,
thank you.
I want to tell you about our upcoming broadcast schedule the rest of this week because, as I mentioned earlier, we have a great schedule coming up. Tomorrow afternoon at 3:45, we will be at Delta Park. We have a softball game there tomorrow at 3:45. That game is between Central Catholic and Clackamas. Girls softball game, 3:45 tomorrow, Central Catholic and Clackamas. We'll do that tomorrow. And then on Thursday, we're going to be at the University of Portland. It's a great facility. Their baseball stadium is one of the finest around. And we're going to do a baseball game. We'll bring you Central Catholic and Barlow, 2 of the really good baseball teams in the Mountain Hood Conference. Now, there's a different start time on that game. That's a 2 o'clock start time. So join us for that. And then on Saturday afternoon, we'll be at Liberty High School. You probably are familiar with the format. That's the top Oregon high school senior basketball players and the top Washington senior high school basketball players. They'll play girls and boys action. Girls at 5 o'clock, boys at 7 o'clock. And that'll kind of decide the best team between those 2 states. We'll cover both of that. I will be joined in the broadcast booth by a familiar name to high school basketball fans in Oregon. Kurt Goldstorff will join us, the head coach of Oregon City, who played in the girls' finals this year. He will join us on that broadcast. So don't miss any of those things. This coming up this week, I mentioned at the start, we are the high school sports leaders here in Oregon, and we'll bring you those. So that's on the schedule at Oregon Sports Beat. So we're going to get out of here now. From Hillsborough Stadium, on behalf of my broadcast partners, Scott Henderson, I'm Dave Hall. Our final score in boys lacrosse, Central Catholic 11, Glencoe 8. Good night, everybody.